As I've discussed before on these videos, the SOC 2 report can be a huge opportunity to build trust with your client base or prospects. And if you're stuffing your SOC 2 report with a whole bunch of controls that don't fit your company or don't describe your actual security practices, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity to build trust and make sales. So the top three ways that I see SOC 2 controls missing out or just being bad controls are as follows. Number one, being too vague. So failing to define the control action with enough specificity. For example, the IT team performs monitoring and investigates issues. That leaves me wondering, what systems are they monitoring? What does that monitoring entail? What does investigates issues mean? Versus the production environment is monitored for anomalous activity and alerts are sent to the on-call engineering personnel. That's a control that tells the reader exactly what is occurring and is auditable in a way that builds trust with that report reader. Number two, a control could be too specific on the other side, right? So naming specific tools or vendors in the control. For example, the production environment is monitored using SolarWinds. That's not actually helpful because tools come and go all the time, and if you're constantly having to keep your 100 control database updated with all these changes, that's a lot of work for everybody. And B, the control should convey the action being performed. And naming a specific brand name can often be misleading, as the way it is configured or the service performed may not be typical. And the last way I see bad controls being developed is confusing a process with a control. So it's not a control to say, quote, software engineers develop the code and merge it into the master branch, end quote. That information alone does not benefit anyone. Of course, you have code. Of course, you're doing development work if you have a product at all, right? However, it is a control to say code changes are reviewed for security vulnerabilities by a peer engineer prior to being merged into the master branch.